Imagine if you knew that you can get an 8 to 10% cash and cash return and an average annual compounded return of 15%. If you're not currently investing in real estate, what are you waiting for? For decades, real estate has proven to be one of the best ways for Americans to gain financial freedom. How? That's what we'll talk about in today's video, so let's do this. Hi there, I'm Michael Blank. I teach people how to become financially free with real estate by investing in apartment buildings. We post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. There are many ways that you can make money through real estate. In some cases, you don't even have to own a property, you have a ton of cash to get started. Today we're going to look at 4 ways that you can become financially free and potentially make millions through investing in real estate. If you followed me for any length of time, you know that my preferred investment is multifamily real estate syndications, of course. But did you know that I got started in real estate by flipping houses? Flipping means that you buy a single family house, fix it up, and then sell it for a profit. And I flipped about 3 dozen of these, and it was a great experience and made great money with it, but it's a very, very active job. And I was really seeking financial freedom. And there's really nothing financially free about flipping houses, because if you're not buying, fixing, and selling houses, the money stops. And when you sell the house, the money stops as well. So it really wasn't financial freedom that I was looking for, because I'm constantly buying and fixing stuff. Now, if you like the idea of buying a property and keeping the asset for yourself, then you might consider a second opportunity for making money in real estate investing, which is owning rental properties. Now, the truth is not everyone wants to own property, and not everyone can qualify for a mortgage, so many Americans rent. Buying a property with the intention of turning into a rental is an awesome way to earn cash flow while someone is paying the mortgage on the property. Now, to get started with rental property, you're going to need to have good credit and come up with a down payment in order to secure a mortgage. Owning rentals is a great investment strategy, but will it make you millions? Maybe, if you own a lot of them. So it's hard to scale single-family houses portfolios. It's very difficult to get the financing, and the management is a real challenge. But what if you're able to own hundreds of units with hundreds of tenants without taking on the mortgage yourself, the financing yourself, and letting someone else manage it for you? And now, welcome to my world, my friend, multifamily syndications. The last 2 ways that you can potentially make millions in real estate is through either passively or actively investing in multifamily syndications. Now, if you're not familiar with this would be a great time to check my other video called The Basics of Real Estate Syndications. But in layman's terms, a multifamily syndication is when a group of people pool their money together to buy a large commercial property like an apartment building that they normally would not be able to buy on their own. Now, this brings us to number 3 on the list, passively investing in multifamily syndications. If you want to earn money from real estate but aren't interested in sacrificing your time to flip houses or deal with tenants, then investing passively in real estate syndications might be your best avenue. This is an option that many busy professionals choose because they get the benefits of investing in real estate, so the cash flow, tax deductions, without having to sacrifice their time. They see the value in leveraging the knowledge, skills, and connections of the professionals that are operating the property and are more happy to sit back and receive distributions for their capital investment. You can make some predictable financial planning with multifamily syndications, and you can't do that with the stock market really, because financial multifamily are fairly consistent. Imagine if you knew that you can get an 8 to 10% cash and cash return and an average annual compounded return of 15%. Okay, now that will allow you to make some reliable investments about how much money you'd have to invest, how much you would get paid, both in cash flow and also in wealth creation. There's actually several of these kind of people who become financially free through passively investing, and it didn't take 20 years to do it. Most have done it within 5 years of continuing to invest in multifamily investings, now control their time. And that brings me to option number 2, because a lot of those past investors who get the bug, or let's say you don't have a lot of money to invest yourself, another great way to get into is by actively investing in multifamily syndications. I love actively investing in real estate if that's what you want to do, because it's a great way to use other people's money to start and grow your business. So as a syndicator yourself, as an operator, as a sponsor, you're the one putting the deals together. You're finding the property, you're raising the money, you're hiring the property manager, and then in addition for doing that, you get paid acquisition fees at closing, you get paid equity, even if you don't have any of your money in a deal. Now, if you put your own money in a deal, you're going to be paid both as an active investor and a passive investor. And I love this myself, and this is why I love this model as well. It's great for people who don't have the resources to invest themselves, but also a lot of people who start investing passively start raising capital and partnering with other operators. So I love this. This model. I mean, we've had so many people not only the passive side, quit their job, but on the active side. For example, Bruce Fraser, he quit his job. He also made $1 million himself on the first deal that he actually did, and bought it and fixed it up and then sold it. Now, having said that, it was in Dallas, okay, and it was a hot market, as we all know, and he got an unsolicited, ridiculous offer from someone who clearly overpaid, but he made $1 million himself. That's crazy, but he's not the only one. To date, so far, we've helped 22 people not only do their first deal, but quit their jobs, and that's what gets me really, really excited about this vehicle, both as an active investment or a passive investment to achieve financial freedom. Now, real estate in general, regardless of what the asset is, it continues to appreciate in value, and it makes a great investment strategy worth pursuing in addition to, or possibly instead of, the stock market. Now, whether you choose to flip houses or you own rental properties and you want to sit back and get mailbox money through passive investing syndications, or maybe you want to play a little bit more active role as a deal maker or a capital raiser, there's an angle out there that will work for you. Now, will you become a millionaire? Maybe. What you'd like to do is set yourself up for financial freedom for sure. And what's that worth? If you ask me, it's worth a lot. Are you ready to invest in multifamily real estate? Well, that's great, but not so fast. Check out my next video about the 5 mistakes newbie investors make. I'm Michael Blank. Catch you next time.